Well, we started with putting greens and we're still doing putting greens every single day, thank goodness. As you may know, Torlinks was the product I first started, which really led us to the development of everything for UltraBase. But I am still proud to say that I believe, and I think it's apparent by most people who involved with us, that Torlinks is really the #1 way to build an indoor putting green virtually anywhere. We have done thousands of them. I've said this a million times. If you walk the PGA merchandising show for the last 8 or 9 years, if there was a putting green there, chances are it was on Torlinks. That still is the case today. We've developed, as you know, our contouring system, our foam contour system that goes under the panels to allow realistic contours if you're building on top of a concrete slab or a rooftop. But when you go in the backyard, that's when we lead you into the world of UltraBase. And UltraBase, to me, especially the professional panels, that's the one that I recommend. I know some guys are out there doing the putting greens on Champion. I'm not a fan. I developed them, and I want my putting green on UltraBase Professional because of how stout it is and it's more stable. So that's what I'm recommending to all of you to use. The UltraBase Professional panel really creates a beautiful, beautiful surface for synthetic turf to sit down on. It creates really this perfect, pristine area that can be contoured by the ground underneath. We've got more networks than I ever could have imagined who are working with us. I'm proud to say there's probably 4 or 5 networks that every year we're invited to speak at their national conventions to share our vision of how putting greens can and should be built. We are doing a lot of T-line work for both public and private golf courses, essentially allowing a team to build a T-line in a day without pouring concrete, which to me is, first of all, it's very expensive, time consuming, and really tough on your hand when you're coming down on the driving range. So if you're thinking about outdoor golf and you're thinking about putting greens, you really need to look at what we're doing with the UltraBase panels. I have a lot of things on my website. If you go to our website and you see all the application areas of the things that we can do, I'm confident with all of them. But putting greens, I know that business inside and out. We've done, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. In fact, I just had a gentleman last night call me about a project we did 10 years ago. It was a full golf course that we did for Snag Golf, and I don't think Terry's going to mind me giving him a plug here. 10 years ago, we did that project. He's now having to replace some of the tee boxes, and I asked him how are the panels, and he said they look like the day you put them in, and that was 10 years ago. So, that is what is, I think, great about the panels are the longevity, the consistency, and I would never build a putting green in hauling rock or stone into somebody's backyard. First of all, I couldn't take it physically anymore, but I don't think it's an effective way of doing it. So if you're thinking about putting greens, I really think you need to think about Torlinks indoors and UltraBase Professional outdoors.